Chapter 34 The Fall of Light. Alturia Sanctuary, Crystal Battlements. The sky above the ancient elven sanctuary had turned the color of dried blood. Thick, oppressive, and unnatural, Zurich's army crashed against the outer wards like a relentless black tide. Shadows weren't wisted abominations, with jagged claws and glowing red eyes scaled the crystalline walls, while red wizards in blood-red robes hurled bolts of crackling blood lightning that exploded against the ancient runes in showers of sparks, smoke, and agonized screams. The air reeked of ozone, scorched stone, burning flesh, and the raw metallic tang of fear and desperation. Kale stood at the highest point of the battlement, his corrupted sword gripped tightly in a trembling, clawed hand. The blade was now almost entirely black, with only thin, struggling veins of white light pulsing faintly like dying heartbeats. The crimson ring around his irises had widened dramatically. Only a fragile sliver of his original gold remained, flickering weakly against the encroaching darkness. Seraphiel fought beside him, his silver armor splattered with blood and writhing shadow essence, his once majestic wings torn and smoking. "My prince," he shouted over the roar of battle, voice hoarse with exhaustion. "We cannot hold the outer walls much longer. The wards are failing. One more assault and they'll breach the inner sanctum. You must fall back." Kale didn't answer at first. His burning eyes were locked on Zarek, who floated above the battlefield like a dark god, stolen golden light swirling around him in grotesque parody of holy radiance. Zarek's voice rolled across the valley, intimate and mocking, slithering directly into Kale's fracturing mind. "Look at you, cousin. So close to the edge. Just let go. I can save her right now. I can give you the power to shatter this pathetic resistance and end her suffering forever." Kale's hand shook violently. The black veins across his neck and arms pulsed in sickening time with his thundering heartbeat. Below them, the elven defenders were dying in droves. Silver guard angels plummeted from the sky with wings engulfed in black flame, screaming as they fell. Ancient wards cracked audibly, spider webbing like fragile glass under the onslaught. Kale suddenly dropped to one knee, clutching his head as the voice grew louder, more seductive, more insistent. "She's dying because of Azoth's pride, because of your weakness. Take my hand, and we will make them all pay. Every last one who abandoned you. Every traitor who let her suffer." A primal scream tore out of Kale's throat, raw, anguished, and barely human. He slammed his sword into the crystal battlement with all his remaining strength, cracking it deeply. Dark energy surged through him like liquid fire. When he rose again, the last sliver of gold in his eyes vanished completely. His gaze burned pure, merciless crimson. Seraphiel staggered back, horror etched across his face. "Kale, no. Fight it. You're stronger than this." Inside the healing chamber, Illyria's eyes fluttered open for the first time in days, her vision hazy with pain and fading light. Through the open archway leading to the battlements, she could feel it, her son slipping away into the abyss. A mother's bond, ancient and unbreakable, sensed the exact moment the light inside him shattered. "No," she whispered, her voice barely audible, like wind through dying leaves. Golden tears slipped down her pale, sunken cheeks. "Kale, my son, fight it, please. Don't let the darkness claim you. You are better than this. You are light." But her body betrayed her, too weak to rise or even lift her hand. She could only watch helplessly as her once beloved boy stepped off the battlement and descended toward Zarek, wreathed in coiling dark power that swallowed the light around him like a black hole. The battlefield. Zarek smiled with genuine, wicked delight as Kale landed before him in a crouch. Black and gold energy crackled violently around the prince's corrupted form, warping the very air and causing nearby soldiers to flinch away. "There you are," Zarek said softly, almost tenderly, his voice laced with dark satisfaction. "Welcome to the family, Prince of Shadow. I knew you'd make the right choice in the end." The light was always too weak for you. Kale's voice was no longer fully his own. It carried a deep, echoing hunger that resonated like distant thunder. Save her, he demanded, the words laced with raw desperation and growing coldness. You promised you could save her. Do it now, or I swear I'll tear you apart where you stand. Zarek laughed a low, triumphant sound that echoed across the valley and sent chills through every defender still standing. He gestured lazily toward the healing chamber, a thin, pulsating thread of golden light Illyria's own. Stolen essence shot forward like a lifeline and wrapped around her frail body. Her breathing immediately grew stronger, faint color returning to her cheeks. See, Zarek said, spreading his arms wide in mock generosity. I keep my promises, cousin. Now, will you keep yours? Show me your loyalty. Prove you truly belong in the dark. Turn on them. Show them what real power feels like. Kale looked down at his hands. Pure darkness swirled between his fingers, hungry and eager to consume. He turned slowly toward the remaining Silverguard and elves still, fighting desperately for their lives on the walls. Seraphil, bloodied and wide-eyed from above, stared in utter horror. Kale? No. This isn't you. Remember who you are. Remember your mother. Without hesitation, Kale raised his hand. A devastating wave of shadow erupted from him, slamming into his former allies. Angels screamed as they were hurled from the walls, their radiant wings extinguishing like snuffed candles. Elves clutched their throats, choking as living darkness consumed them from within, their bodies crumbling to ash. Seraphil staggered back, voice breaking with betrayal and grief. Prince Kale, what have you done? We trusted you. We fought for you. Kaler, what was left of him, turned back to Zarek with dead, crimson eyes devoid of remorse. Take the mother, he said coldly, his tone flat and final. She belongs to us now. Zarek's smile widened into something truly monstrous, eyes gleaming with victory. Welcome home, cousin. The shadows have been waiting for you. Elion, the Grand Hall. In the dying Silver City, Azoth suddenly screamed and collapsed to his knees, clutching his chest as if his very heart had been ripped out. He felt the exact moment his son fell, the sacred bond of light between them severing with agonizing, irreparable finality. The heart of creation above him shattered with a sound like the end of the world. Massive fractures spider-webbed across its surface and spread outward through the entire hall, shaking the foundations of the city. Golden spires cracked and began to crumble. Rivers of liquid light turned black and sluggish, poisoning everything they touched. Lyral burst into the hall, face pale with terror, her robes torn and stained. My lord, the prince has turned. We all felt it. He attacked our own forces at Alturia. The light in him, it's gone. Completely gone. Azoth remained on his knees, staring at nothing, his divine radiance flickering like a candle in a storm. His voice, when it finally came, was broken beyond repair, hollow, shattered, and filled with centuries of regret. What have I done? He whispered, tears streaming down his face. My son, my wife, all because I was too afraid to act. I chose caution over family. I chose the throne over love. The supreme deity lowered his head as the first tears of true despair fell from the god of order, evaporating into golden mist before they hit the floor. Outside, the Silver City began to weep golden rain, as if the heavens themselves mourned the fall of their brightest light. Alturia Sanctuary. Zarik's forces swarmed the healing chamber like a plague of locusts. The final priestesses and desperate defenders were cut down mercilessly, their cries echoing off the crystal walls. Illyria, still too weak to fight or flee, could only watch in silent horror as Shadowsworn tore through the last barricades. Zarek and the fully corrupted Kale walked in together, their footsteps echoing like funeral drums through the once sacred space. Zarek knelt mockingly before the Queen of Creation, his stolen golden aura clashing grotesquely with the shadows swirling around him. Hello again, dear aunt. Time to come home. to the dark, where you truly belong. Don't worry, we'll take good care of you. Illyria looked at her son, at the crimson eyes staring back at her with no recognition. No love, only cold emptiness, and her heart shattered completely. Fresh golden tears fell. "Kel," she whispered, voice full of infinite sorrow and a mother's undying love. "Even now, my beautiful boy, come back to me. This is not who you are. Fight him, please." But the boy who once carried the light of Elion was gone. Only the Prince of Shadow remained, standing silently beside his new master.